Hello, you guys, and welcome to Path with Confession. My name is Sander,
And my name is Dennis.
and we are talking today about episode 8 of Cycle 4 of ANGM, The Girl Who Gets a Bad News.
Yeah. Is it actually bad news? It's mostly sad news.
It's sad news,
But it's also
yeah.
bad, maybe.
I was when you say, is it bad news? I'm like, what is it then? Great news? It's super bad.
No, but the thing is, though, like, it's, I don't know. The news, I don't know.
I don't know how I would call it if I would get a phone call like this.
Yeah, it is bad news.
It's super bad, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking too much about it. Anyways.
It's bad news, it's sad news, it's devastating news, it's anything but
Devastating
happy.
news.
It's
I think that's
devastating
better.
news.
I would say that. It's
Yeah.
devastating, heartbreaking.
Yeah, it devastated her, and rightly so, right? But we'll
Yeah.
get to that later.
Yes.
Once we are in the
Yes,
episode.
yes.
Because we start this episode with the aftermath of the judging.
And you know what's really funny? So they all sit at a table, and you see they're all like really beaten up. They're all a little bit like, yeah, what just happened? What just happened? And then Tyra's like, hello. He just walks in like easy breezy, like, I don't know what just happened, babies, but I got something to tell you.
Well, she has something to explain, first of all.
Yeah, I thought,
Yeah.
I think it was necessary for her to do that.
Yeah.
To explain to the girls. But yeah, I also think I still personally find it weird why she got mad with this explanation. Because in the explanation, she says, I got mad because I saw Tiffany gave up.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, she was saying like this could have been her turning point in life. And then also the girls are like saying, yeah, Tiffany totally gave up, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you can also, I don't know. It was ratings for sure, of course. That's why you blew up, and we know that. It's not because you cared. At least I don't think so. Maybe it is, but that's not how I felt about it. But yeah, she had to do this to redeem herself. But I would have been like, girl, Tyra, pull yourself together. But we talked about it last week already, of course, last episode.
Yes. Yeah, I just think this explanation, it was a bit like, I don't know. It was maybe not, well, it was sincere, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, she could have also been more like, yeah, I really cared about Tiffany and I really wanted her to do well, and I was feeling that she was throwing it away. But yeah, I don't know. She made it a little bit about herself. I guess,
Well,
or
it was
not.
more
I don't
like
know.
I don't know. It was more like it was more like covering herself up. Like I did this because, and I'm like, yeah, it's I don't know.
I would
It's
have liked
weird.
it more if she'd been like, yeah, of course, I cared about her. That's why I yelled, but I shouldn't have yelled. So
Yes.
that's also a mistake I made.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted. I think that they would have said like that. She would have said like, yeah, I want to explain why I did what I did. Truth be told, maybe I could have handled it differently. But this is what came out. But it happened because I cared.
Yeah.
Like, then it wouldn't be like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, but like, oh, and now it was more like, I did that because, and I stand by it. Like,
Yeah.
a little bit more like, yeah, that's it.
She
Thank
put it
you,
all
yeah.
on. She put it all on Tiffany. Like, it's because she gave up. That's why I
Yes.
yelled.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But all the girls, of course, took it and ate it and walked away with it. Like, yes, Tyree, understand you.
Well, I
And
would
maybe
too.
they did.
I would too. She decides who wins.
Yeah, like,
I would
oh yeah,
too.
Tyra, yeah, you're
Yeah, I
totally
love
right.
you. I will kiss your feet. I
And
will
maybe
wash your
some of
feet.
them really were, because
Yeah.
Tyra is, of course, older and wiser. So maybe they really thought, like, this is the right thing. And maybe she did. But, yeah, she could have been a little bit more humble, like, ooh, I shouldn't have done that. It's never good to yell.
That is true. What would be maybe our reaction 10 years ago? It would be totally different.
I don't know. Yeah, because we also see it now through, like...
Yeah, we're
there's
more experienced.
Yeah, and it's
in
also
life.
very anti-Tyra the last years. Everyone a little bit more like, oh, she's
Really?
hard. Yeah, she's hard on the girls. And the show was very...
Well, we just
bad
gotta say,
environment
yeah, but to be fair, it was a reality show, and which reality show has ever been really like, oh, well, they were so sweet to us, they were so nice.
I think more they're nicer now than they were back then, because now you can unfilter yourself on Instagram about it. So
Yeah, that is true. Like they can
the
say more
secrets
about
come
it.
out now, and I think back then you were told to just shut up, and that's
Yeah.
what you would do. I just
That
shut
is
up
true.
and take it. Yeah.
Yeah, you sign a contract.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And we got little insights from girls. You hear that Tiffany, she doesn't feel like she's really included. You hear
Tatiana.
What was I saying?
Tiffany.
Oh,
Be quiet, Tiffany.
I mean Tatiana. I'm sorry. You hear that Michelle, she's finally finds herself pretty, and what I love that she finally understands, like, there are certain things that I cannot change. Because I remember she said a couple episodes before, she was like, yeah, every time I feel like I could have done better and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, you can always do better, of course, but you can't blame yourself about it because you do the best that you can in the moment. And I do have to say, spoiler alert, during this episode, right now she says, like, yeah, I'm pretty. And I start to work with that. And like later on, she really says, like, I did everything I could. Could I have done better? Yes, but I did everything I could in the moment. I'm like, yes.
Oh, yeah, Michelle's growing in front of her eyes, right?
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
She's growing up. Yeah, I like her. Yeah. Shall we go to the lesson they get?
The lesson.
Yeah, the lesson.
A lesson.
Oh,
they get a lesson.
They get a tire meal like extra to what is
Crack
it?
of dawn?
Oh, the crack of dawn. No, with the ET, with the extra terrestrial.
Oh,
what is
yeah.
it? And
They start to sing a Katy Perry song.
I think about the movie.
Yeah. Of
course,
yeah.
E.T.,
I thought they were going to do
iconic.
something freaky, but then it turned out to be Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, ET with a woman who so looks like an Entertainment Tonight host, like who's
Yeah, love
on the
it.
red carpet. A
Love
little
it.
bit annoying, but also funny. I don't know. That's how she is.
Yeah, but she had, I don't know, she had a twinkle or something that was like, oh.
And she was nice.
Yeah.
And she gave good critique.
Yeah.
But the girls had to go there and they had to interview each other. So one was the interviewer and the other was the interviewee. And then
Absolutely.
they changed. And yeah, right?
Absolutely.
What absolutely?
Absolutely.
No, actually.
Absolutely. No, was it actually?
I
Oh,
said
crap.
actually. I thought I think I know what you mean.
I was trying to be
We do
funny.
it again. Let's
No.
do it again. No.
And cut.
They went to they went to Entertainment Tonight, and one had to be the interviewer,
Actually.
and the other had to be the interviewee.
Oh, actually.
Yes.
Actually. So actually they did that.
Yes.
Actually. Ah.
Now I understand you.
Oh, yeah.
They said a lot of actually for people who can't
Actually?
remember.
Did they actually?
They actually did.
They actually did. Actually?
And the funny thing is that the presenter also said, like, do you know that you said a lot of actually? You cannot say actually anymore. And then Christina asked the question, and the answer of Tatiana is,
Actually.
like the first word coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. I like in certain if someone tells you to say a certain word, that was not English, but you know what I mean. Then you keep focusing on that word and you're gonna say
Yeah.
it.
And maybe it does.
Like for example, let's try to not say yeah.
Oh, I always say that.
I don't know. I've never noticed it for myself, but like I just heard you say the word. I was like, oh, let's use that one.
I will say it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know, 5 seconds. I don't care.
But,
But actually, it's more like, yeah. There's also that's a word like we have in Dutch, of course, eigenlijk. And you use that when you are still thinking while
Yeah.
you're talking. You don't want to be silent.
It's a filler.
And you fill
It's
it
a
up because
filler.
it doesn't give a lot of substance to it. It can.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you do. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
the same with that you don't want to be. Yeah, you want to make your point, but you don't know what you want to say.
What do you want from me?
But yeah, the entertainment lesson, there was not a lot. It was okay. Brittany over the top again, but yeah, quite funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, you also say yeah.
Yeah. Then they go to the club. I love Naima's makeup. She had like the gold. In
Yeah,
between.
you were in love with it,
It was
right?
like I was like yes.
I loved Michelle's dance moves. Who was that
Yeah.
guy who she was dancing with? That
the
random
purple
guy.
yeah. It was hilarious.
He was like, I want to be on. Do you think he's from the crew?
No,
No?
maybe.
Or do you think he's like, I want to be famous?
No, I think
Because I think with these things, they always want to keep like secret what girls will come far in the competition. So I think when I go to the club, you can see who the final 7 are, and they have a lot of seasons where they tell like when we go overseas, they also have 2 or 3 girls who are already eliminated who go with them. That's like decoys. So I'm a little bit like they can go to a club now. So maybe it's a club with only people who are like selected by
that could be.
It's not real a club. Yeah, it's a real club, but I think not everyone is allowed in. I guess.
No, they have a private room.
Yeah,
It's
private room,
It's the
yeah.
same as when they go to a restaurant. They always sit in one
That's
room.
true, yeah. So then I wonder, who are these guys?
I don't know.
Maybe
Call
models from other photo shoots or something,
Could be. Could be.
or friends of Tyra. Who knows?
Friends of Tyra.
But Michelle was having the time of her
Yeah.
life. The first
Yeah.
time she went to a club ever. So cute.
Oh, when was the first time I went to a club? I can't even remember. Wait, when is it a club? Because I went to like lemonade discos. That's how we call them in the Netherlands.
I think that's what this is.
This is not a lemonade disco because
no, yeah.
there
no,
you can drink.
Yeah, okay. So a club is more that you don't do it, that it opens not earlier than 11, 12. That's a club, I guess. And you can dance there. Maybe you have to pay for entrance, and you can drink beer and wine.
So then in the Netherlands,
breezers.
you have to be over 18. Oh, then I do remember
16,
my first time.
16, we were 16.
Oh, yeah, we were 16.
You
Oh,
were
I do
allowed to
remember.
now you have to be
I drank
18.
a lot of breezers.
We all drink breezers.
I drank breezers because I remember, because I drank breezers. I also drank, not Bacardi. What's the, it's like caramel. It's like a
pina colada kind of thing.
No.
Okay.
It's like you drink it after food as well. It's like really sweet. What's the name? It's like
I know.
Yeah.
You also drink it without
yeah,
ice.
no, not amaretto.
Oh, not amaretto.
But it's gonna get to me. But you can't mix it with soda because then it gets hard in your body, and that's what happened. And then the next day I was so hungover.
I always drink beer and wine. That's what I take.
What's it called again? You drink it, you put a little bit of ice in it, and it's so good. Or you nip it. Oh, we're gonna come back to that.
You
but
come back to it. Yeah.
But then we get some devastating news.
Oh my God! Yeah, they get home.
That
What? What? What did I say?
They get devastating news. Yeah, they get home.
They got home, and then they got the news.
Yeah, but that was not how you replied.
Oh,
They get
it came out weird.
They get devastating news. They get to go home.
The party is over, guys. You can go home. Bye, Michelle.
Oh no.
Yeah, but what is the devastating
but
news, Dennis?
on a serious note, the devastating news is that a friend of Kahlen from back home has passed away. Like, that would be really intense to hear that on when you're on the show, and because you can't get away.
No.
And because it's like, I think if it was like a family member, they probably would have said you can go. At least if they would be able, like, you can't go, I'd be like, I'm going. But because it's probably not like a family member, like, you couldn't go away. But like, how sad! It's just
Yeah. I think in any case you can go away, but then it's like then you have to quit the competition, or maybe not even there, because I don't think they keep her there. I think it's also like, you weigh the ups and downs.
Yeah.
And she said like it's an old friend from high school, so it's probably not her best friend in the world, but it doesn't make it less devastating. But then I understand the decision that I will be devastated, but I will not go home to go to the funeral because who knows, it's not what you say, a family member. So maybe you're like, okay, this is devastating. I really am traumatized by it, but I'll try to continue with what I'm doing.
Because also what they say as well, like the competition, it's once in a lifetime.
It is, is. And I think also the person who died, you can also think like, do they want me to give this up? For what? You're already dead. How hard it sounds. I was really feeling for her. You saw really raw emotions, and poor Kahlen.
Yeah,
and sweet Christina taking care of her the whole
time.
Oh
yeah, bless that woman.
Team Christina, bless her. She's she's like, well, I think she's maybe 2 years older than Kahlen, but she feels like a mother figure or something. She's so calm and so nice. I don't know.
She's sweet. She's sweet. But yeah, after that devastating news, they go into the interview challenge where they have to interview Eve. Who's that girl? La, la,
Is she
la,
also
la.
from that song with Gwen Stefani?
If I was a rich girl.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. Come together all over the world from Japan.
From
Who's that girl?
Let me blow your mind.
Yeah, Let Me Blow Your
also
Mind.
Also Gwen Stefani.
Yes. And she has... There's one... Who's that girl? Let me blow your mind. I don't know.
Maybe in America she had a lot of hits. In the Netherlands, those were her hits, and that's it, I guess, right?
I think,
She was not super, super big here in the Netherlands.
No.
But we know her.
Yeah, we do know. Well, she's big enough that we know her.
Yeah, this was like a start that was like, okay, because I remember, what was it in like season 1, like the Wu-Tang Clan or something? It was like, who the fuck?
No,
but I know them, but they're not as famous as Eve in the Netherlands.
You don't know Wu-Tang Clan?
Well, I knew them, but I have no
idea
what
out
song.
my gravel pit.
Is it from them? I have no idea.
On a story, all right. I have no idea what they're singing, but like that's the...
And was also Busta Rhymes in the season or not?
Yeah. But Busta Rhymes, he's also... I think it depends, like, because they're all it's very urban. Eve is very urban.
And this was the era that pop music was not as popular anymore.
No, it was urban.
Britney was gone. Well, gone, was not as big anymore. Now it was urban, rap, R&B. Like more the era that Beyonce would come into the screen.
I love it. I love those times. With the movies. Honey, You Got Served. Let's go, people.
Honey, is that the movie with Mariah Carey?
No,
Oh no,
no, that's
that's
Glitter.
Glitter. That was such a bad movie.
This is with Jessica Alba.
Ah, the dancing movie.
Yeah, love it. But they have the interview challenges with Eve. I don't think it's that interesting. Christina wins. Yay, Christina!
Michelle actually did also quite well. I was
Michelle?
impressed. She asked some questions. I don't know what she asked. I didn't listen to what she asked, but the way she talked, she was quite direct with talking. You know, I thought I would assume she would be like, I don't know what to say, but she did quite well.
Oh,
But not super good, of course, because Christina won, and she have her interview broadcasted it on ET. That's it.
nice.
Yeah.
I know what the liquor is. Bailey's.
Bailey's.
Oh, I had to look it up because Bailey's.
I thought already that you were doing that.
Yeah, because I was like, I need to know it. I was like,
know.
Bacardi. No, it's not Bacardi. It's Bailey's.
Bailey's.
Oh, I haven't had that in so long though. I should get a bottle. Okay, never mind.
You can buy it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can buy it, but like to have it at home. But I was like, no, we're here with this.
Yeah, we're focusing on America. It's not the nicest episode of the world, so we're a little bit distracted sometimes.
Yeah, but I think we have a lot to talk about with this because now that we get into the shoot, and they at least. Is it okay?
Yeah.
We're going for the shoot, and the shoot is about the 7 deadly sins, and I'm mad. Because they know about Kahlen about the news. Like she heard it on the phone, and so they know. Then they do this shoot. It's like they have to do the 7 deadly sins at a graveyard, and. The shoot is in like a coffin that goes down in the ground. I'm like, they could have done this in a studio.
Yeah.
This is all extra and like production, they would know. Like, how could they not know? They would hear the conversations on the phone.
JB like, what's wrong with Kahlen? And then Brittany has to tell like, oh, that poor girl. I'm like, come on, Jay knew, right or not?
Even if he doesn't know, I'm not mad about that. I'm just more about like this shoot. You could have done it in a studio. You didn't have to do it in a coffin. Well, even if it was that, fine. But it doesn't have to be like all down in the floor. You didn't have to be at a graveyard. So because I think the most triggering point was the moment they got up into the graveyard.
Yeah, because like the 7 deadly sins itself, the concept is quite cool, and maybe lying in a coffin is also fine because it's deadly sins. But yeah, you can also be like in a black studio, and that the photographer is on a ladder from 10 inches high, or is it 10 inches, 10 feet high, and making a photograph.
I would say 6 feet. 6 feet? Yeah, 6 feet.
Now, they were 8 feet down, so maybe
that's 8
6
feet
under.
Yeah.
6 feet under. Yeah.
6 feet under.
But
what are you?
That's a show, right? 6 feet under. Yeah. No, but what I was thinking two things. First thing is that this happens in a few seasons later as well to JL. Rest in peace. She died herself as well a few years later. But the JL contest heard during the sewing cycle 8 that her friend died, or I don't know if it's a friend. Someone died she knew, and then they had like a photo shoot, with not deadly sins, but then they all had to act dead. So it's a coincidence it happened twice. The other thing is, maybe you can think here like this needed to happen because there were 7 girls left, 7 deadly sins. But then 2 days before that, there was a double elimination. Was that then also all decided before? Otherwise there would have been 8 girls now. So it's such a weird.
No, but the thing is though, I'm not mad about like that they did the 7 deadly sins shoot because that makes sense. There are 7 people.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm like, they didn't have to do it at the graveyard.
No.
Like it would have been probably cheaper. You would have gotten the same things out of it. Like the shoot didn't need it to be like if you would see the pictures later.
Everything around it.
Yeah, you didn't see that they were in the ground somewhere. Like it just did not make sense. Like I'm like, how cruel. It's just cruel. It's really cruel.
Yeah.
Like, and I understand it's reality television and you want to poke a little bit, but to me, this is crossing a line. Crossing a line.
Even if there's not a contestant whose friend died, it's already weird and a little bit morbid to do it on a graveyard. I mean, there are real dead people lying there. It's weird.
Actually, if you put it like that, yeah. Agreed.
Right? In general,
agreed.
It's weird. Yeah. But poor Kahlen.
Yes, but she pulled through. I think she did very well during the shoot. Like, would I be able to do that? I don't know. I hope I never have to experience that. But one thing that I did found really weird was they gave Kenya gluttony.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, we want it to be high fashion and not too campy. And then I'm like, look at the outfit and the makeup you gave her.
And
like,
the wig.
Oh my, like it can't get any more camp than this.
And poor Kenya, they put all food in her coffin and she had to lie on top of it.
That doesn't make sense to me as well. Sorry. There's a lot of disconnect in my mind right now. It just does not make sense. Why not put her in and then put it on the sides?
Yeah, you don't
like
even
why
see it.
did it. Like it's just some.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's in charge?
But they make it, and you will see it in the next episode as well. They are a little bit fat shaming Kenya in the show. They make jokes. Also, next episode, and maybe you can think of it. They all have to be a nice animal in South Africa. They all have to be like cute animals. What do you think? What animal Kenya will be?
Oh no!
Like an elephant or something,
or a hippo. Oh
yeah, and the others are like springboks and like cute animals, and beautiful and not fat like an elephant. So they are fat shaming her a little bit too much. Also with the gluttony and her outfit. If you compare to the others, it was bad. Poor Kenya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone looks camp. Same with Michelle. Michelle cannot wear makeup. She looks like a drag queen. Is it the makeup or is it her face?
Yeah, no,
It's
it was the makeup because they took her eyebrow. What drag queens do as well, they put stuff over her eyebrows to give her new eyebrows with makeup, and that made it look more drag queen as well.
And then also the pose, and everything. Yeah, it was too campy, those two, because the others looked quite cool, some of them.
Yeah. Well, let's go into judging so we can talk about that. Because they had to do a little interview as a challenge, and if you want to talk about it, go for it. But okay,
God,
then we go into the shoot.
No. Stupid challenges. What the fuck are these challenges always?
Yes.
Whatever. Now we go to the shoot.
Judging.
To the pictures of judging. Yeah.
Who were your tops?
I have actually 3 tops and 3 bottoms and 1 in the middle.
No.
So the
it's
one
like
in the
a little party.
Now let's say I have actually 3 favorite. My first favorite is Kahlen.
Yes.
I think that's my most favorite. Also considering, maybe otherwise I wouldn't have been, but considering the situation, I was like, okay, you rocked it, girl. And then Christina and Naima. I like those pictures.
Oh, I didn't like Naima's one.
No?
No, she had a weird face in it.
A little bit sleepy. What was her sin?
I don't know.
Oh,
envy.
No, okay, it wasn't it? Yeah.
No, I don't know. I thought the picture of Naima was beautiful. I think, but when they zoomed in and you saw her face, I was like,
yeah, it was a little bit like deer in the headlights, maybe.
No, it was a bit.
Smizing.
It was a bit weird. Yeah, maybe she was. I don't know what it was, but I agree with Kahlen and Christina. I thought.
Really? Are we agreeing on both of them?
We're
wow,
agreeing.
it's like maybe the first time ever.
I think so too. But then who were your bottoms? No, wait. I'm gonna say mine.
Yeah.
My bottoms were Kenya and Brittany.
I thought you would say that. Yeah. Mine was not Brittany. Brittany was my middle one. I actually... Kenya, Tatiana, and Michelle, all 3 of them were not good pictures in my opinion.
Yeah, but I thought Tatiana and Michelle's, they worked for me. Like, for me, those were the middle ones. And for me, Brittany and Kenya were, like, the worst. I just didn't like that. With Brittany, I didn't like her face. It was like, I don't know what the hell she was doing. It was weird. And Kenya... Yeah, just, I don't know. It was just, she wasn't, I don't know. It just did not work for me.
And would you have also put those 2 in the bottom 2, considering with what they did before this? Or are you fine with the bottom 2?
I choose for each week.
For each week. So those 2 were the, and who would you have sent home out of these 2?
Ooh. I would probably send home Brittany, but that's also personal.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like, you like Kenya more. Or
well, I would send them maybe both home.
But, again, double elimination.
Double elimination. Bam.
For the second time. Yeah. No, yeah, I was fine with those being the bottom 2 as well. Michelle and Tatiana was also fine. But I think maybe Michelle did better than Kenya. Maybe I agree with you. So Kenya and Tatiana would have been my bottom 2.
Yeah.
Tatiana had a boring picture, in my opinion.
Well, but it did have something. It did work for me.
Yeah, but when I was thinking, she was there with the 7, and I also said it to you during the episode. But like, she was one of the contestants who I remember the least of the going that far. She was like top 7. She's in the higher half, and she just went through it.
But there's always, in every talent show, when it's like a competition like this, there's always someone who just like slides through it, and then when you get to like the final 6, 5, 7, something like that, then you're like, oh, they're still there, and then they get cut
limited,
because they're not up to par, or they don't have like the not the backtrack, but like the history of like
track record.
Track record. Thank you. They don't have the track record where they're like, but you had a couple good pictures, because they just slipped through a little bit.
She cannot rely on her previous attempts. While Michelle is like up and down. But Michelle's very outspoken. You love her or you hate her. So she's more interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. But our tops were correct, because Kahlen is the top, and then Christina. Totally agreed with that.
Yeah. And then the bottom 2 in real life, Michelle, Tatiana.
Yeah.
It's obvious that Tatiana would go home.
Yeah.
They were not sending Michelle home.
I said it during the episode as well. I was like, I know who's going home. Because they put a lot of, like, during the episode, Tatiana says, well, like, yeah, I don't feel connected with the girls. And then she calls with her boyfriend or someone. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, it's just like high school over again. I don't have that many friends. I have nothing to connect with them about. Like, it just doesn't work. And, like, you could tell that they put a little bit more attention on her. So they're like, yeah, you've been seen as well, and now bye.
I remember that the interview that Tiffany did, that Oliver Twix said, okay, we're going to go through all the girls. What do you think of them? And they was like, Tatiana. And then Tiffany was like, oh, that bitch. So maybe she was not connecting to the girls because she was not as nice. I liked her in the show. She was not super fun, but she was like, okay, but actually, apparently she was not the nicest. But maybe that was only a joke. I don't remember it very well because I've seen it a long time ago. But I'm always like, oh, Tatiana, oh yeah, whatever. She's pretty. But when I saw her pictures, I was like, when she went away, I was like, yeah, nice pictures.
Yeah, they're nice.
She said herself, like, I now can take gorgeous pictures or something. She said it herself when she went away.
Oh,
but yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully you're doing well now, Tatiana, and hopefully you're living life.
Yes, of course. Wishing her all the best.
Not sleeping in a car, but yeah, she kind of slid through it a little bit. Be like, oh, okay, and then yeah.
And now she's here, yeah. And now 6 girls remain. And next week they go to the international destination.
Yes.
You know, of course, who will win.
I know.
Do you know the whole order of the 6?
No.
Who do you wish, not who you think, but who would you wish now based on the 6 final girls? Who are your top 3? And not in the order, but who would you like to have the final 3 girls?
I think, picture-wise, I would say Kahlen, Naima, actually just a top 2. Because with Michelle, I don't always like her picture. Sometimes I do.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany, same with Michelle. Sometimes I do like her picture, sometimes I don't. Kenya, same thing. Christina, she just had one good picture. So I would say Naima and Kahlen, those are the top for me. And I think if I would send someone away quickly, it would probably be Christina.
I agree with Kahlen and Naima. I also think they are the most all-round because I also remember that they can walk. They look the part because Michelle, they can walk. But Michelle, she had some nice...
They haven't done very much runway.
No, I hope they will do it a lot of times in the international destination. Well, of course, the final runway they will do. And I remember those girls are really walking. They can do it. But no, I miss it because I miss Jay.
Yeah.
Next season, he will be a judge every episode. Much better than Jen. Oh, she. Yeah.
He, she, they?
Well, it's more...
Miss J, so I would say she.
Yeah. We have to refer to her as a she.
We have to refer to her as a she?
To Miss J as a she.
She. Miss J, yeah. But anyways, enough talk. That's the next cycle. We'll finish this cycle soon because we only have about...
Let's see, 6, 5, 4, and I think only 4 episodes left.
Only 4 episodes left, so, well, we'll see you on the next episode.
Yes, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.